Is there something live in there? Well, this thing sucks. Right. I've just got back from my lockup. I went there to find or to pick up these dirty, grotty overalls. And yeah, they smell a bit funky as well. But there's a good reason I want these overalls. That's because today is the first day I can officially drive this on the road. But there's one more thing I really need to do, and that is clean the underneath, treat it for rust. Because when I was at the other place, we were kind of forced to leave early, and it's the one job I didn't get round to doing before leaving. I've treated all the top of the chassis before I put the floor down. I'll put a photo up here for those of you that are new here. So there you go, there's a photograph of this van when I very first got it, and I treated basically the top of the chassis. It's all been rush treated, painted with chassis black, but I didn't do the underside. Got myself a new little trolley look so I can wheel around underneath, but it's going to be messy. And the main part that I want to focus on is all up underneath here, because when the rain and everything gets washed up from the back wheels, I just want to protect that area. The rest of it I'm not too fussed about because it's pretty clean. But all this metal here, all this panel, all underneath, is all brand new metal. Well, it was all replaced 5 years ago. But basically, underneath is like new, so I need to protect it from the elements before I do actually start using it on a regular basis. Right, I'm going to get these ovals on. I've got loads of wood stored underneath the van. I've got wood on top of the van as well, been storing it. So I do need to make sure I take the wood off the top of the van before I drive this out of here. The last thing I want to do is go down the road and planks of wood start coming off the top of the van. Right, let's get these on. These ones on. Is there something live in there? Well, keep me company, I suppose. I ripped the pocket out of this one on some scaffolding. It's old. Oh, and thank you to everyone that does buy my t-shirts and my hoodies off of the merch down below. I don't actually make any profit from the sales, like stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, all that sort of stuff you see down below. I've reduced the price as low as I possibly can. I don't make any money from it, but it just fills my heart to know that people actually want to buy my stuff. Leave a comment down below if you've bought any of my t-shirts. Somebody did last week. One person did anyway. So if you're that person, I thank you. It does mean a lot. Right, let's get this on. Ooh, I smell funky now. It's a good job I'm on my own today, isn't it? Let's put it up. I thought this timber might come in handy for something. It was left over from a roofing job that we did right at the beginning of the year. It's been under there all this time. It might come in handy one day, maybe for the next roofing job, I don't know. I fitted a lift last week, something different. Yeah. I'll get my foot down, bring it round. Oh, look at that. Told you it was easy, didn't I? Told you, it's just like fitting a skylight in your campervan.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, I need it like that.
Yeah. So which is the top?
This is the top, that's the back.
Alright, no, you have it.
Yeah, go on, I've got it. Get a kettle on then, Bob.
Yeah, I will.
Time for a tea and a biscuit. Should I film myself at work? Would you be interested in that? I don't know. Why not? I might even take these off because they do stick. Change of plan, I think. Definite change of plan. These are my regular overalls that I usually wear. You can see they got knee pads, and yeah, these ones are quite dirty. I think I can afford to use these. Absolutely nasty. The smell is making me feel sick. It smells like death. And they are definitely dead. They are definitely going in the bin. These ones have got glue on the knees. Did a rubber roof and I've got glue on the knees of these, so I'm just going to wear these ones. They are pretty grotty anyway. And I'm just mumbling to myself. Welcome to the chaos that is my life. That's better. This thing sucks. It just doesn't want to roll on the corrugated concrete. I think I'm going to go back to the old method. Just use a bit of old carpet and roll around. It's going to be a lot easier. Let's get this workspace set up properly. That's better. So I've cleaned all the loose rust off, and I'm going to treat it with this stuff called Cure Rust. It's like an acid. It turns rust into some kind of protective barrier. Because it's such a big area, especially along that rear valance, I'm going to have a go at spraying it on. It is water based. Maybe I should water it down a little bit. No, that'll be alright. I'm just going to put it straight in. Got my little baby compressor here. We're going to give it a go. That'll be a nice test for this compressor as well, to see if I can actually use it with that spray gun. Because I want to paint all the bottom of this again with shoots. It's like a protective coating and repaint it black. Right, let's see how this works. Not very good, is it? Working. I'm going to get a mask on, I think. I don't really want to breathe that in, do I? Let's get a mask. Nah, it's no good. But it doesn't work because if I hold this, as soon as I tip it at an angle, all the liquid goes here and it won't spray up. It's got to be held like this. So that's an epic fail, I'm afraid. And I've got it on the mud guard as well, so I'm going to wipe that off before it dries. I think we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, use a paintbrush. I think I've underestimated how much work is involved in doing this. But the good news is the sun has come out, so at least I've got some lighting now. The light should bounce off of the white concrete and I can see better underneath. I can see what I'm doing. So that's my favour, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead, clean underneath, paint it with the treatment, and then there's some stuff I need to do in the back of the van. And then tomorrow, I'll carry on and hopefully paint it underneath. That was not easy. I bet my face is filthy, isn't it? My glasses are, I can hardly see anything. I'm pleased to say that I've done from the back wheels back, or from the axle, from the back axle all the way back, all underneath has been treated with Cure Rust. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow before I actually paint it, but because I've got plenty of time left today, I'm going to try and see if I can lower the bed, or try and work out how low I can have the bed. I've got my bike here today, so I want to make sure I can fit my bike under the bed. I don't want to lower it too much. Oh, by the way, I've ordered the mattress as well, so that should be here soon and we'll be on the road. Right, I'm going to get these horrible ovals off and something to eat and a wash. Well, that's better. I feel clean and human again. Now, before I settle down and have something to eat, I just want to give you a quick update on the Apex 300, because a lot of people have been asking me how comes this isn't available directly from their website. The good news is, as of today, the 1st of August, it is now available directly from Bluetti. And if you haven't seen the video of me installing this into my camper van, I'll put a link to that video up here, purely for your convenience. If you want more information about the Apex 300, I'll put a link down below to Bluetti's website. Right, time for some lunch. So the other reason that I built this shelf here, hang on, let's open this door. So if you've seen my last video, or a couple of videos ago, you'll know that I built this shelf and the bed is sunk back, which gives me this extra space. It's only about this wide, but I'm hoping it's wide enough that I can fit my bike across here. Because my bike is quite valuable, or not valuable, expensive, and desirable, I think the better word. I want to put the bike inside the van rather than outside on a bike rack. And also this van is incredibly long, and I don't want to really add to the length of it. So I'm hoping I've got this the right size and my bike will fit. Let's just move this, that's better. Yeah, so it should go across there. Let's find out. I've had this bike well over a year now, and I don't really film myself riding my bike because it doesn't really go with my content. But I've had a lot of fun on this. Would you be interested in watching me ride a bike through the Cotswolds? I do enjoy it. I mean, I do live in the Cotswolds. It's a beautiful place, but by God, there's a lot of hills. There are a lot of really steep hills. And this thing, because it's electric and it's got these huge fat tyres, it is really comfortable. Remember, I'm knocking on a bit now. I'm getting, you know, I'm no spring chicken anymore. But thanks to this, I can still enjoy a little bike ride now and again. Oh yes, there you are. It fits under the shelf. The handlebars, however, I've got some modified handlebars that I'm going to fit on here that they fold in. It fits under the shelf. I had a feeling it would. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's going to be alright, I reckon. So I need to fit the folding handlebars. Job done. Right, let's get this out of the way. Oh, it's a beast. There's a knack to this, I can't remember it. There was a way. I did figure out how to lift this up, in and out. A lot easier, but it is... we'll be alright. Let's put this away. So these are the handlebars I'm talking about. Now, a friend of mine said to me, there's one thing on a bike that shouldn't fold, and that is the handlebars. What do you reckon? Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? Leave a comment down below. What do you think? Folding handlebars, good or bad? There we are. That's them, they're a bit like nunchucks, aren't they? But they are going to fit in there with plenty of room, as long, of course, they fit on my bike. But we'll find out. What I want to do today is actually get this bed down as low as possible, maybe just to above these. Be with you in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to get them right down so they're sitting pretty much on top of these tubs, because that is a waste of 4 inches there, I reckon. Actually, probably more than 4 inches. Let's have a measure. 4.5 inches. I'm going to say 4 inches. So I'm going to drop this bed 4 inches. That will give me a bit of clearance then for these. But at least it's going to give me that much more headroom when I'm sat up in bed. The mattress I've ordered is 8 inches deep. So you imagine this, plus the 8-inch mattress, it's going to come right up to here. That's not really much of a headboard the other side. I didn't quite think that through, so I do need to lower this. The only drawback of course then is once this is lowered, it will create a gap and you'll be able to see my mattress, which is what I didn't want. So I'm going to lower this and then put a board across there so you can't see the mattress. See if I can do this by the end of the day. Oh, there's a drill bit, that's a bit random. That's the light off of my bike. I can go there. See, I told you this shelf would come in handy. That's better. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a squeeze. Starlink, could they make it any bigger? It's rubbish. That is rubbish. Power pack to power Starlink. So literally all I've got to do is undo the screws that are holding this piece to here and then lower it down 4 inches without it crushing me. Right, so I've got to wiggle in there now. Put the lid back on the bed. I've just made a blooming great line right along the... So I decided it would be better to take all the slats out and do one side at a time. I can see myself getting stuck under the bed and it would be a right struggle. Look at that. That was a bit long, wasn't it? I've let it all drop down onto that post. And I've measured from the top of this to the top of the 18mm ply, which is 14mm, which gives me a drop of around about 3¼ inches, which I'm going to have to live with, I think. So let's put this one up to, what did I say, 14mm. I'm going to mark it from the bottom so I know where it's got to go. I don't want to like that. Let's check that. 14mm. I'll check that in there. Might as well take that. 14mm. Yes. Maybe I don't have to take it all apart after all. There. I'll just hold it in place like that. And take the place out. There we are. It's easy, isn't it? Now 14mm from that corner. That is a lot lower. This might work in my favour because when it comes to making the bed and tucking the sheets in, it'd be a lot easier to make the bed because I can still put the sheet on and then come outside and tuck it in underneath. Rather than trying to sit on the mattress and lift it and tuck it under, you know the score, you know what it's like. Anyone out there's got a camper van and a mattress is boxed in. Yeah, I'm going to leave that open for the time being, see how I get on. Right, screw this back together now. Screw it back together. Let's get them slats back up. Well, I've managed to get my slats back in. It's starting to look like a bed again, thank goodness. Now I did trim a little bit off the ends of each slat so that it's nice and level with this, means it's parallel with the back of this. So if I do decide to put a piece of board along here to hide the mattress, it will work, it'll make it a lot easier. But to be honest, I'm thinking now, maybe I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to round the edges off so that when I do make my bed, I can actually pull the sheet and tuck it in underneath. It's going to just make it a lot easier to make my bed. And at the end of the day, when I open my back doors, all you'll see is a bit of material going along here. Basically, you'll just see my sheets. So it's worked out really well. It's as low as it can go. The big question is, well, actually it's not a big question, I'm pretty much sure my diving equipment will still fit under here. And I am seriously thinking of just taking this out, taking the runners out, which will make this even lower, and just have that fixed. I mean, having this, the ability to pull this out, really is pretty pointless, I think. I don't know what I was thinking when I built that. They fit, that's the main thing. Now, my bike. I'm just going to quickly modify my bike, change the handlebars, and hopefully, please, hopefully that's going to fit in here. Right, I'm going to do that next. I'll be right back. Right, I've changed my handlebars. Just put my wheel in. Oh, it doesn't fit. Look how close that is. I think it's being special, isn't it? What if I just tuck it under like that? Oh, that's alright actually, because that's going to stop the wheel from falling out. Yeah, I could actually wedge it. No, I don't want to wedge it. Right, anyway, wheels there. Let's get rid of this. Yes. Let's get the bike, see what it looks like now. Here we go. Looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? This took me ages, by the way, to do this. It's taken me at least an hour to figure out how these handlebars work, but yeah, it works. Yeah, I'm just going to take the seat off just to make it a bit easier to manoeuvre. Oh, God. Pedal in one place. There we go. Made to measure. Yeah, I wonder if the seat will stay in. Hang on, let's try this. Let's try it. Oh yeah. I don't know what I was worried about. The only thing that does concern me is this pedal. It's sticking out a bit. It's about that much clearance, literally. Yeah, that's alright, that's going to work. It's going to work. Anyway, like I was saying, so all my metal detecting paraphernalia, hopefully, will go up here. Yeah, so if I do, when I go metal detecting, I don't have to take the bike out. Everything else in there is all my diving equipment, so it's not going to be a problem. I've got a big tow bar here. I can always take the bike out, chain it to the van. Yeah, it's still a bit risky, obviously. But anyway, I'm overthinking it. Right, I need to take all this out again to paint the bed itself. And I want to paint up underneath the van as well, but I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate your company. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed filming it. If you have, then please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you when I finish painting all of this and under there and stuff. Thanks for watching. Ta-da for now. I've still got to put all the other stuff back yet. I need to take this out. Never mind. Good job it's not too heavy, is it? I'm not trying it, kid. I think I'm going to go for a ride now.